You've been here for 9 years. Have you ever dated a Japanese person?
No.
No. Why is that?
Japanese guys, can you tell me the answer to the question? Really? I have no idea. I don't know. I think, to be honest, nobody talks to me. Nobody ever. No, they never talk to me. They never try to invite me out. There's another reason. That's from my side. I think when I first moved to Japan, I lived in the countryside, and I come from a very proud culture, you know, where all types of people are beautiful, where black is beautiful, your body type doesn't matter, that kind of stuff. And when I moved to Japan, I noticed people were very obsessed with everything that was white or Caucasian. Like, people were bleaching their skin, whitening their skin for the posters. During summertime, everybody covered their skin. And all the men were very, very, like, weirdly obsessed with white women, Caucasian women, especially women with blonde hair. And my first couple of months here, I was watching it and I was like, what is this? At that time, I said, whoa, this is weird. This is very different. Now I don't care. But I think back then I was like, you know what? This is the society. They're really in love with white women. So I just kind of shut off my mind from Japanese men. And then I think it never really changed over the years.
And that's the thing. Instead of understanding the truth about the situation, seeing how tough it was in dating, she stays there and continues going into 9 years instead of moving. But somehow coping is just better for women to do. They can never really, like, you know, be honest with themselves, or they will fight it and make it work and say, well, it's not because of this. I shut myself off because, and they just end up unhappy. I just found that hilarious, but sad at the same time, because 9 years and then you hear about her experience and she just settles for the cope instead of, you know, saying, you know what, maybe this is not a good fit for me. But a lot of women, I swear, them traveling, them moving out of their home countries, going places and trying to make things work, it just seems to be the best fit for them, other than being practical and going out and getting, you know, attention, male attention, attraction from countries that you would have more success. But hey, shout out to her. Apparently it's not killing her. She's not crying on Instagram or on TikTok. So, you know, if she's okay doing this, I'm fine with it too. But I just noticed that a lot of women will rather cope than to come to the truth and the, you know, the realization that, you know, maybe you didn't select the right place. But no, they got to make it home and they got to make it work.
In my personal experience dating in Japan, Japanese men do not prefer darker shades.
Dating in Japan is awful, and I've just about had it. Well, with the online dating, I will no longer be doing dating apps in Japan.
Points what gets deducted is dating. I'll be single. I'll probably die single here, but that's fine. I have a cat. I'm okay.
Every day, more lies.
I can actually like get behind this, and you know, the fact that she's biting the bullet saying I made my bed, now I'm gonna sleep in it. She's, you know, made concessions, transitioned her life, been living in Japan. Although we already know that women yearn for a man, they yearn for children and a family. So a lot of these women are gonna crack, especially like this young woman. She might crack, she might pick it up and, you know, go back to the United States. But the issue is she probably talks so much crap about guys in the United States, and she'll probably be in the same bracket as those dusties, those guys that, you know, she wants nothing to do with, those guys that, you know, give her the ick. And when she goes overseas, she saw the totally complete opposite. She saw the men that were foreigners, typically American men, getting, you know, the women, because that's just our role. But the roles are going to be totally different once she goes overseas. She'll have some guys, she'll have some simps, but these women, I'm telling you, they rather die alone with Garfield the cat laying in her bed and their club PCD membership in their hand.
You're coming here as a black woman, you want to date, it's not happening.
So guys, I'm officially a passport girl.
Turn your ass around. Get yourself together.
I am done with the broke 50-50 men in America that want to go 50-50, that want you to cook, clean, and be a slave. I'm officially a passport girl. I'm going overseas now to find my masculine husband who's going to provide for me and pay all the bills. So, passport girl, official.
Guys, this is the same woman, if you don't remember, that used to talk a bunch of crap about the passport bros back in 2022, heavy on TikTok. Raptor mouth, piranha mouth. That's her, bro. Snag a tooth. And it's crazy that she jumped on the bandwagon because she says, I didn't want to cook, clean, and be a slave in the United States for these men. So you turn into a guy? Let's see what's going on in this journey.
This is why I always tell women, date outside your race. Date foreign men, okay? Foreign men. I mean, men not born in the U.S., foreign men. Foreign men will treat you better, okay? Black men, I just think we as a collective need to stay away from them because they don't want you to live a soft life. They want you to live a life of service to them. They want you to cook, clean, and do their jobs for free. Date foreign men. Foreign men know how to provide. They don't believe in 50-50. They know a man's role.
Meanwhile.
So I love Italy, and I've been to Italy before. I love Italy. But Italian men like to go 50-50. They like, you know, that 50-50 Swedish lifestyle, and I'm not about that. So Italy, unfortunately, is not on my list of places to go because, yeah, I don't want to split the bill, especially splitting the bill when I'm in a foreign country is just the biggest ick. So,
ma'am, not only do you not have the leverage in dating outside of America or in it, you don't have the mouth to demand anything that you just asked for. A guy paying 100% on a date. That mouth alone will turn a guy off from 100 feet away.
Italy is off the list.
Gotcha, bitch.
Exactly. You get nowhere trying to be and act like a man. And notice that she went to Italy and they want to go 50-50 with her. The thing is, get used to it. Everywhere you travel, everywhere you try to act like a man and impose your will like a masculine chick that you are here in the United States, a guy universally is going to pick up on that. And if he's smart and not a simp, and who the hell simps for American women anyway, then he is going to make you split 50-50 and do it the Dutch way. Not the Swedish way, but I don't know. Maybe they do that. Maybe they don't. But it's the going Dutch. And she has an issue with that. But if you're going overseas, you're a breadwinner in the States, right? You got all that money in the States, right? You think you're going to just be able to save it and hold on to it for all the time that you're there? No, ma'am, this is not the United States. They get mad at men like us that go over that to those countries like Italy, clean house, say that we're broke, say that we can't afford anything, say that we got a passport by the skin of our teeth. You know, we had to save up all our pennies to get that. But this broke chick right here that probably works in a call center making $12 an hour has the nerve to, you know, have a pumped up head, go overseas, and then get completely treated like the guys in America that have way more money than those guys over there. While guys don't have a problem with, you know, treating women, and those foreign women, we don't have a problem going out on dates with them. And 9 times out of 10, if they're feeling us and we're not some marked out simps, we will know immediately that, okay, they want to go back to the heezy, you know, drop it like it's hot. And then, you know, they'll make themselves available for the next taxi and dip out, and then you can do it all over again. But it's totally different. The roles, they're never going to work, and they're not interchangeable when you leave once you leave the United States. They're not going to be the same when you travel overseas. Passport bros up. These passport hoes or 304s down.
Hot take. It's not hard to not get pregnant. And please don't be dense. I'm not talking about instances of rape and SA. Like, obviously that's unavoidable and it's unfortunate circumstance of being a woman in this world. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the girls that are just letting men nut in them willy-nilly. Just because y'all are doing the do doesn't mean he has to nut in you every single time. There's pulling out, there's contraception, there's plan B. Abortion is still legal in a lot of states. I'm tired of y'all people. Oh, but abortion's not legal in my state. Go to another one. Stop. And then y'all are doing it with men who aren't even committed to you. They're not committed to you. Why would you think they would be committed to a baby? And y'all get confused when y'all tell him pregnant. He don't want the baby, bro. He don't even want you. And then after finding out that he don't want the baby, y'all still have it anyway. It's irresponsible and it's stupid, and I'm over it. It is not hard to not get pregnant. You girls just need to lock the fuck in, and I'm not playing.
We're not even 2 months into the new year, and we already have plus-size people calling the entire continent of Europe fatphobic because the seats are too small and the doorways are too narrow.
For reasons why traveling with public transport in Europe is traumatizing for me as an American plus-sized woman. All the seats are extremely narrow. Does this even fit an average-sized person?
Yes.
Just like the seats, the check-in entries are way too narrow. I feel so dehumanized when people watch me struggle to get through the gates. The platforms can only be reached by steep, and very long stairs. There are escalators sometimes, but they are always broken. Do they do this on purpose?
So let me get this straight. You're in a place where people have been living for centuries, and you're mad because the chairs don't fit you. See, I don't really think that's Europe's problem. I see videos like this all the time. Plus size people upset because they don't fit in planes, hotels, and now Europe. And most of the time they're just upset and complaining, trying to get the world to expand to fit them. And in my humble but generally accurate opinion, that's a terrible way to go about it. If you're in a position like this, where you're plus size and you can't fit anywhere, the best things you can do is to 1, stop pointing fingers and complaining, and 2, decide to make the change. It's your move now. You can either lose the weight or keep complaining and deal with these struggles the rest of your life.
I mean, even if they did do it on purpose, that just goes to show you that that society, those people, those men, women, and children, they don't have a problem running up and down stairs. They're not complaining about it. They live in it every single day. So how dare you fly your big ass across the world to a different continent you know nothing about and expect to get accommodated because you made stupid, sloppy decisions out here in the West. Like, that's nobody's fault. And the thing is, hey, maybe this is your time to work out and you know, work out a plan, not just work out physically, but a plan to start making changes. This should be a wake-up call to you. But what do? Play victim, complain because they love to eat themselves to death. It's crazy, bro. But yeah, man, fly across the world and complain, bro. Only people in the West.
Fuck around and find out. Fuck around and find out. This is what you voted for. How does making fun of a poor person losing their SNAP benefits, losing their ability to feed themselves and their family, help you at all? Y'all aren't just saying this to Trump supporters too. You're saying it to anyone you think might be a Trump supporter. Because I just saw a bunch of people making fun of a woman crying about losing her SNAP benefits. Go to her page, whole time she voted for Kamala Harris. But y'all saw a low-income white person and just assumed. That is not productive. That is not helping anyone. Because frankly, even the people who did vote for Trump, that's not going to change their mind. You know what's going to change their mind? Someone within their community with an empathetic heart and a lot of patience talking to them. You don't want to do that, that's fine, but you also don't have to get on the internet and be cruel and laugh at people's suffering. It's not helping anything, and it's certainly not helping you either.
Are you sure about that?
Frankly, if you're finding joy in cruelty right now, you need to reflect on that, because during these times, that's a very scary mentality.
Only to the losers, only to the weak, only to the people who still believe in a bunch of nonsense and they cannot move on with their life. They can't think for themselves. They need other people to think for them. And they feel like being a crisis actor and a panic artist is attractive, or it's just the thing to do. And it's a part of the trend. It's stupid. So no, people that are cooking you, what you are saying, ma'am, is you're saying a change. You're saying a turn of events. You're starting to see a couple of things get revised that we lost years and years ago, decades ago, and it's being revamped. And if you don't like it, you can just do like all the other ones that said they weren't voting for Trump did. And that's say that they're going to Canada, but they never left.
Y'all need to be focusing your energy, focusing your attention, focusing your hate on the people with real power fucking up our lives, not poor, uneducated people who voted the wrong way.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Some of y'all are talking more about the election 3 months ago than you are about the executive orders Trump is putting forward right now. Yesterday, Trump passed an order restricting gender-affirming care for minors. Did you know that? Have you talked about it? Have you done anything about it? Is there a GoFundMe for a trans person you can donate to right now?
I don't have any trans friends. Anyways, here.
Coming years are going to be rough, and we need to be leading with empathy, not cruelty.
She hate it when I leave, love it when I stay. Trying to make a living, no baby, not today.